welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man, how was your MLB opening day?
It was fun, that's for sure. Had a lot of dongs,
A lot of dongs today.
but my main team had Richards, which got blew up by my dude Crush, and then Olsen, and yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, man, it was like lingering,
All in all, it was so fun.
Oh, it was nice.
Had a lot of Davidson.
A lot of Davidson, man. Yeah, Davidson was the call of the night for WiseTech. I know you had talked about him on the podcast. He was in your top threes and on the night before, and then I know you wrote him up in your article. And Paulie D on the Wise stream ended up being his play of the day. I was busy, getting the articles ready and doing other stuff around the site, so I wasn't actually on the show. All I said in the chat was my favorite low stacks are the Angels and the White Sox. That's all I said. So all in all, Cam was on a lot of good stuff. Johnny was on a lot of good stuff. Joe had some solid calls, man. All in all, real good opening day for the Wise Take Nation. I mean, only thing would have been better if somebody would have taken down some serious money. But win's a win. Sounds like everybody made a little bit of money, so we'll take it.
If Rosario didn't get robbed,
oh yes,
it would have been much better.
Yes. But it was a fun opening day. Very glad it's back. And I'm excited to do these podcasts, man. Last night you guys had a phenomenal show. It was the first show, so we went a little long to explain a little bit of the strategy and get into some of the approaches. But phenomenal show, man. I gotta say, obviously I was producing it, so I watched the whole thing and I enjoyed every minute of it, man. But I'm excited to break this down with you, man. It's my first MLB. This is my opening day. This is my first MLB podcast, of the season. So I'm excited to break it down with you, man. We're gonna go game by game just because in baseball for a first look. That's just the way to do it, I think. So we're going to start off with this first game here. We got the New York Yankees. Paulie D's New York Yankees. CashinDFS rivals New York Yankees. Visiting the Toronto Blue Jays. Masahiro Tanaka visiting Aaron Sanchez. The total right now is 9. And Toronto is a plus 130 home underdog. Cash, what you think here?
I don't want to pitch Sanchez. I don't want to do that. Tanaka is what's interesting to me. I like him some. I don't like him as much as Severino, but I do like him. But no Sanchez for me. I just can't. I can't do that. Our Hap was a maybe for me, but Sanchez, no, I'm good. Want me to go to the bats?
Yeah, go to the bats. What you got?
I'm not gonna play Stanton. I didn't play him today, which was obviously a mistake. But I would rather go to Judge. The herd is going to go to Stanton.
Yeah.
And I would rather play Judge if I was picking one of those.
Oh, man. I got so much right today. And that was like the one main thing I got wrong today. I was a full fade on Stanton. And that killed me. Like, I did well fully fading him. If I would have just had him in just a couple, who knows what the possibilities would have been. That was definitely my demise of today. I mean, Paulie was going nuts. He was all over. He's a Yankee fan, and plus, he obviously, you don't need to be a Yankee fan to like Stanton. so it's like, so like, we're on the phone. He's over there. He's going nuts, and I'm just sitting here watching myself drop on the leaderboards. Like, oh no! Every time he hit a home run, every time he hit a double, I'm just like, no. But phenomenal play, man. The dude is just a beast. He's amazing. And you know what? When you fade a guy like Stanton, that's the risk you're taking, man. Like, we all know he's good. It's not like
I mean, we can hit a home run every day.
Of anybody.
But there's just so much protection in that lineup, all over the place. Yeah. That lineup is
Oh yeah, he put
good.
It in perspective. It was like Paulie was like describing. He was joking, but he was making fun of J.A. Happ, and he was like, you know that right now, all he's thinking about is, I have to get Gardner out. That's all he's thinking in his head. I've got to get Gardner out. Because after that, it's murderer's row. And the first pitch of the game, or the first, plate appearance, was an error. A pop-up to left field, or right field, it was Curtis Granderson just dropped it. Just a complete error, just dropped it. And sure enough, Stanton comes up in his first at bat as Yankee, hits a home run. 2-run shot. That's how they started the game. So yeah, you can imagine the pressure.
Not take long at all.
Oh.
Did Gardner go yard against Happ, or it was the bullpen?
I know he went yard. I just don't remember at that point if Happ was in or not. But I know he did.
I mean, I don't think I get on no Toronto bats against Tanaka, which you could, because he can struggle. But I don't know. I gotta look. I gotta look at it. But for the Yankees, it's like I don't know what I'm gonna be doing this year. Really, probably more stay away than play. But I mean, that is gonna come back and bite me in the ass plenty of times. But what can I do? I mean, I can't. When it doesn't, then I'll be good, as long as I get my stuff right. But like I said, it's Judge for me. I'll take Judge today. Judge is really good against righties. Like, I don't want to play Judge against lefties. Like, almost all his home runs last year were against righties. So I'll just go to Judge today, just because I know everybody's gonna go to Stanton, and I get a little discount and less ownership. Gary Sanchez, no, I don't think I'd do that. I don't want to pay a catch. I don't want to pay $3.9 for a catcher. I'll wait till he gets hot and then I'll ride it. But that's probably it. I don't want this.
Yeah, I mean, on the first look, the game's not so attractive overall. I agree. Tanaka is definitely a good place to start. You feel like he's relatively safe, but of course, like you said, he can get bombed in any day. But we know that Tanaka typically has some good BVP numbers against Toronto. He throws some nasty stuff, and we know Toronto struggles with sliders and those kind of pitches. They do have a couple new players, but for the most part, a lot of the same core that struggles with those pitches are still here. Aaron Sanchez is the interesting one. He's $7K on DraftKings. So on FanDuel, there's like so many pitchers.
He's really cheap on FanDuel.
Oh, how much is he over there?
I mean, Stanton is almost the same price as him.
Wow.
He's 5'9".
Oh my gosh, wow. And like, don't get me wrong, like we don't know what to expect from this kid, because even when he played last year, he did not show nearly the upside. I know he was hurt with blisters and all that, but even before that, like he was not showing us nearly the upside as the year before. And if you look at those season numbers that year before when he was dominant, a lot of that, like, I'm not saying that he had a great year, but I'm not trying to take anything away. But if you look at some of those numbers, like, it didn't look right. A lot of it looked like luck. He had his numbers were
he was lucky, yeah.
It was crazy. The strikeouts, don't get me wrong. Okay, whatever. But there was a lot of luck involved with balls put in play and all those other kind of stats. So I don't know what to do with him, really. And I look from a game theory perspective, sure, like that's the ultimate leverage. I expect the Yankees to be fairly popular again. At least those three. At least, not even together, but like I can see people taking one. So that could be how you get it right, is picking the right one. You got three of them on there. Maybe one of them has a monster game, and the other two mediocre or not so great. So that could be the trick to the season going forward. Maybe it's not, because you're not going to always be able to just stack all of them. They're so expensive every day. Like, you're just not going to be able to. So, that might be the key to the Yankees this year, because fading them is dangerous. But at least, if they go through a cold streak, that's one thing. But fading them is very dangerous. I learned that today. I think you learned that today. We already knew it, but we do.
I mean, and when I'll probably play them, but I'm talking about the two big bets. Yeah. Well, actually, the three big bets.
Yeah, exactly.
I will try to stay away from them because they're just so expensive. So they pretty much gotta go yard for me to be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and they have to.
So I'll go to the cheaper options and stack them up, and maybe they aren't so great or get walked or what I'm saying, whatever, and they just don't go off.
Yeah,
but it's scary. It's gonna be scary every day.
Every day it will. Paulie D did just confirm that Gardner's home run was not off of Happ. So, there we go. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Cash, we got the Chicago Cubs visiting the Miami Marlins. That's Kyle Hendricks visiting ex-Yankee Caleb Smith, the lefty. Total is 8.5 currently. Miami 200 plus 200 home underdogs. Miami is going to be bad this year. What you got, man?
Oh, it's Hendricks. Oh God. Oh my God. The Cubs are going against another terrible pitcher today.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily terrible yet, but
he's had some rough. I did a little bit of background on the guy. So he's an ex-Yankee in their system. He didn't. I know the Yankees rocked him in spring training. Like he got roughed up by him, but he actually has some strikeout stuff. But it's pretty much strikeout or he gets clobbered. That's kind of from what I've seen when I looked him up a little bit. There's not too much on him, obviously, but when I looked up, that's what it kind of seemed like. His K numbers weren't so bad, but his everything else could be.
What is he? Is he a lefty or a righty? Yeah, I definitely got to look into this guy. The Cubs should be popular.
Paulie, apparently he was a big piece of the Stanton trade.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm shocked. He was a big piece of the Stanton trade where they just gave away something. I don't even want to talk about that.
Well, I got you real quick. I'll give you some insight. These are his AAA numbers from 2017. So last year he had 17 starts. He had an 8.91 K per nine. He had a 2.57 walk per nine. He had a .64 home run per nine. His ERA was 2.39. His FIP was 3.27, and his xFIP was 3.59. So pretty good numbers, actually.
Yeah. If he could do that, if he could do that today, I would definitely want to stay away from the Cubs.
That's a tall.
I mean, he is in a pitcher's park.
This ain't AAA. This is the Cubbies. It's tough.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
And then the other side of it is like, what happens when he's out? This is a young kid. What happens when he's out of the game? Then you're looking at the Miami bullpen. You know what I'm saying?
Miami might be the worst team in baseball.
On purpose too. That's what they wanted.
Oh man. Hendricks is interesting because Miami's so bad. I mean, so you got to have interest. Do I think he has the upside from me? Probably not. But they're so bad, he could. Ian Happ is my dude. I love that guy. See, I don't know. I don't want to play the Cubs just because I know they should be popular for good reason.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'll probably stay away. My favorite bat would be Chris Bryant. But I'll probably stay away, and I'm not going to play no Marlins. I'm good.
Yeah, I definitely expect the Cubs stack to be pretty popular. I think, it's a 5.2. It's one of the higher team totals on the night, so I don't want to ignore it completely, but I think I want to look at the guys that maybe will get overlooked. Like if Javi Baez is batting 8th or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe when people on DraftKings, he's 4-3. Maybe people don't want to pay 4-3 for a number 8 hitter. So I can get a little different going that way. Maybe like an Alberto Remora. He's super cheap. Could be a value play. And Happ, I don't care. I'll play Happ every day. I don't care. Lefty, righty, I don't care. I like that dude. I mean, don't get me wrong.
He let off today?
Yeah, I believe so, with a home run.
Yeah, I didn't play the early slate, but if I did, he would have been on my team because I love that guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, and I'm with you on the man.
They got him in the leadoff hole as projected.
Yeah. Yep. And on the Miami side, I'm with you. I don't even want to take a chance. There's 9 games. I don't think I have to play anybody from here. I mean, man, that lineup is rough, man. Lewis Brinson. Derek Dietrich, Starlin Castro.
Boras
is a beast. I'll give him that. Boras is a beast.
Yeah, I love how he's one of my favorite players. But, he is fairly cheap. Nah, man, there's just nothing around him. Like, why wouldn't you just walk him? Like,
I'm saying.
To just pitch around him.
You got Starlin Castro in front of him, and then you have Brian Anderson and Cameron Maynard behind him. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see why anybody would even want to pitch to him.
He's the only bat I'll be scared of in that lineup.
Yeah.
Castro's okay. Dietrich's okay. Everybody else is terrible.
Yeah. And like Castro's okay, but he does strike out a lot. So especially against righties. So that could be interesting. Let's move on to the next game, Cash. Let's see. Find ourselves a good one here that we actually like some bets from, maybe. Probably not this one. Boston at Tampa Bay. David Price, your boy, Cash, the lefty, visiting Blake Snell, another lefty from the Tampa Bay Rays. Total is 7.5, pretty low. Tampa Bay 104 plus 140 underdogs at home. What do you think here?
Damn sure ain't my boy. I can't
you
stand
don't like
him.
Price, but you're a Red Sox fan, no?
No, I don't. That don't mean I like. That don't mean I like bad players.
That's a good point. That's a good point. There's a lot of Mets who just because they were Mets, I didn't like them. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like David Price. I liked him before he got to the Red Sox. And got to the Red Sox, he sucks. Blake Snell is interesting. The kid, I mean, I think he's very talented. He does have control issues. That is for sure. So if he gets wild, I mean, we know Boston is very disciplined. If he gets wild, he could definitely get blowed up, for sure. And David Price is way too expensive.
How much is he on?
He's 8.5.
Okay.
There's way better options for me.
He's 10-1 on DraftKings.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
10-1.
Oh my God, nobody should play David Price on DraftKings. Oh my God, no way. I don't care how bad Tampa Bay's lineup is. There's no way I would do it. Mookie Betts, kind of liked him today. He sucked. Who got the inside the park home run for Boston?
Eduardo Nunez, I believe.
I always gotta love that.
Yeah, man. Those are exciting. Like, it's just so rare that like anytime one happens, I gotta see it. Like immediately, if I'm not watching the game, I gotta find it and see it. It's so rare. And you always wonder, like, so you know something happened. Either it was he hit it in a freak spot, or the dude dove and he kicked it, or so you know something happened for that to happen. So.
Well, I liked it before DFS. Since DFS, if they're not on my roster, I do not like that at all. But if I'm gonna play the Red Sox, I don't think I'm using no one-offs. I think I would want to stack them, just because of Blake Snell's control issues, and he get blown up. And I don't want to pitch Snell today. There will be times I will pitch him if his control, like if he's has his control, if he's pitching well. But today's not the day for me. Not against this squad. They don't strike out enough for me. I would JD Martinez. JD Martinez against a lefty. I like Martinez. I like Betts. I like Benintendi. I could get down with some Jackie Bradley Jr. at 2-4. Hanley Ramirez, Nunez. Devers is my dude. Love that kid. I like a lot of these bets. That's it.
Going back to David Price. If there's one person in the league that David Price owns, like ownership, it is Carlos Gomez. 0 for 14 with 6 strikeouts. 0 for 14 with 6 strikeouts, and he's a righty. And Price is a lefty, so he's got the platoon split thing going on. Still, 0 for 14, 6 strikeouts. That's impressive. I would have to look at the history of that, like how long ago some of those bats was, because David Price is nowhere near the pitcher he was a couple years ago. Gomez, he played for a few years with some seriously bad hips. Like he had a couple of years where he was playing through some decent injury. But I think what you're paying for in Price against the Rays is, I think you're paying for his floor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like if I'm paying for Price, I don't know if like I can expect that super solid that we used to get from him like back in the day when he was an ace. I think more now it's a safety thing that you're getting. You know what I mean? Like a safety net.
Like, don't you think like you could get that same safety with Kyle Hendricks against Miami or Alex Wood against the Giants.
Possibly. I mean, you don't get me wrong. Very good points. But it is a very low total. One of the lowest totals on the board. It's the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa, a place that not only is a pitcher's park, but a place that David Price is very familiar with. And he's seeing a team that he's got really good numbers against these guys. And don't get me wrong, again, Price has been around a long time, and I'm not a huge BVP guy. I think that things change, and everything is circumstantial. I'm just saying I do think that Price has a decent floor. I'm not looking for that in tournaments. I'm not looking because I don't know if Price has the ceiling. That's my problem with him. But if I'm playing like a cash game or something like that, and I'm on DraftKings where I got to pick two, I kind of understand why he's up there. Like I said, it's just a floor thing. It's just like, okay, it's the Rays. So if he sees Carlos Gomez, apparently that's 3 strikeouts right there. So it's like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm with you though. As far as tournaments, there's not really, I don't know how much upside's actually there at that price. I don't think any, to be honest. But yeah, man, the Red Sox bats. I don't like to pick on Snell. I do like Snell. I also don't like to pick on the Red Sox. So I'm kind of staying away. But JD Martinez against the lefty, I'll take that all day anywhere. I'll always take a chance with that. Mookie Betts let me down.
I'll take that against Sale.
Yeah, I'll take that against Sale too. I don't care, JD. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Let's move on to this next one. We got the Philadelphia Phillies visiting the Atlanta Braves. Nick Pivetta visiting Mike Fulton-Nevitz. Ooh, I remember that from last year. Got it right. It took me forever to get that dude's name right. Total is 9. Atlanta 125 home favorites. Finally, a home favorite. I feel like everybody's been home underdogs. Cass, what you got?
They kind of let me down today, except Cesar Hernandez and the freak Hoskins. But Fulton Davis is another dude like Teheran that can struggle, but he can also be very good. I don't know. I wanna play some Phillies again today, but I do not like them today as much as I did yesterday. I mean, I really don't ever want to pitch against Atlanta because they just don't strike out enough for me. And they're so annoying. I mean, I love Atlanta. That's one of my favorite teams behind the Red Sox, but they're annoying. They just get on base. They take long at bats. And they'll be up for 10 pitch at bats, and I just don't like to pitch dudes against them. So I'm not going to pitch Pivetta against them. In Atlanta, I'm not going to do that. And I could maybe pitch Fulton Davis, but that's just it's just a tournament play. He's just cheap enough where Philly can be bad, but I would much rather stack against them than pitch him, personally. I like Rice Hoskins every day. I like him more against a righty than a lefty. Every day. I mean, that guy is a freak of nature, for sure. Kind of pissed me off that Herrera wasn't in the lineup today, so he might not be in there again. I gotta go find Nick Williams. Dude got me a 0 today. They priced him. They could put him up to 2-3. I could definitely go back today. People be jumping off of that shit for that 0. So I like that. I have interest in a stack of the Phillies. The top of the order, the lefties with Rice.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Rhys Hoskins is just a monster, man.
I meant Reese. I always call that fucker Rice.
Who cares? Rice, Reese don't matter. Hoskins, we got that part right. So all we know is we like dongs, and that guy gave you some dongs. So I'm with it, man. The pitchers I'm kind of off. These are two pitchers I actually like, but I'm a little worried. I don't like playing guys in Atlanta, especially when there's a lot of lefties on the team, and both teams have a decent amount of lefties. The wind, as of now, it is the night before, but as of now, the wind is projected to be blowing out to like left center roughly, like 11 miles per hour. Nothing significant, but just enough to keep me like it's already a pitcher's park. I don't know what I want to do. I want to keep my eye on these guys, especially Pivetta, because I know Pivetta's velocity was up in spring training. It's just like you said, it's just not against the Braves. They just don't strike out enough.
I say it's the opposite, at least for lefties.
What's that?
I think it's a hitter's park for lefties.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you said pitcher's park.
Oh, if I did, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. My point is, I like these two pitchers in general. I just don't really like them in this park because there's so many lefties on each team. That's what I'm saying. Because like Philly got 5 lefties in the lineup. The Braves got like 7 lefties in the lineup, or 6 lefties in the lineup. So it's like, they obviously built this park for Freddie Freeman. So it's designed for that left-handed power. And so it worries me. On top of that, the wind is blowing out 11 miles an hour. Projected now, I know it's early, but it's just too many variables. But I do like both these pitchers. I think Pivetta has a lot of upside. I think Fultonevich has a lot of K upside. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it right now. You know what I mean? Just not feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, I like to play Fulte out of Atlanta, just like Teheran.
Right, yes.
When they're out of Atlanta, I like to play them. But when they're in Atlanta, I get scared.
I will say,
even against Philly, which
I will say, I don't want to scare. I would never tell anybody not to play a lefty against a righty, regardless. I don't care what the numbers say, but I do remember Pivetta having some reverse splits last year. So I'll put that out there. If you are planning on attacking him, if you do want to play some Braves, I mean, there's not a lot of righties to like, to be honest with you. At the projected lineup, the righties you're looking at are Tyler Flowers and Dansby Swanson. So maybe not, but it's just food for thought. But these are two young pitchers that I'm not going to today. But I'm going to keep my eye on in the future. I want to see how they do. But I just don't like it. If I was going to pick one, though, I'm with you. It's Fulte. If I'm picking one, it's Fulte. I'm going after the Phillies. At least they strike out. Atlanta they'll kill you, man. They'll just work your pitcher all day.
They just walked Freddie Freeman 3 times today.
Oh, yeah? He hit a home run, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Bunch of peas. Pitch my man the baseball. I love him, but he's just so expensive.
It's opening day. Come on, man. You got to pitch it to him. You can't do that on opening day. Let the man do what the man does.
We now got 37 on FanDuel.
He's just a monster. Let's see. We got Houston at Texas, which means we have Dallas Keuchel visiting Doug Fister, former Astro. How about that? Total is 9.5. Texas 166 home underdogs. What you got here,
man? Houston bats. It's pretty easy. They're playing Doug Fister in Texas. I mean, what else there to say? Doug Fister is terrible. Like, oh my God. Their pitching staff, if this is their top 2 pitchers, Texas is going to be in trouble. My God. Doug Fister is. Ugh. No. Keuchel. I always have interest in Keuchel. But my problem is I don't think they let him go deep enough this early in the year for me to play him. But he is a curveball pitcher, so I don't know. When him deal with injuries last year, it might just try to baby him to begin the year. I mean, I wish I knew that if I knew I could get 7 innings, if I knew I was going to get 7, 8, I would pitch him just for the K upside for the Rangers give me. But there's a pitcher I like much more, but I don't think he's a bad option at all. Don't play Doug Fister. Even though, I mean, look what Ty Block did. I mean, he shut down the Dodgers.
Dodgers still can't hit.
He's dog shit. He's dog shit. He's terrible. He's probably worse than Fister. It's really close. It's a close race. But, man. Houston, and more Houston. My favorite Houston bat is Marwin Gonzalez. Really like Marwin Gonzalez. I could get me with some Reddick. I want to like them all. Look at Jake Marisnick. Dude hit a dong today. Love that guy. He's always almost min price on FanDuel. Always. I'm not going to play no Texas bats, I don't think. All the Houston, they should be popular. They were popular today. And they didn't. I mean, I wasn't satisfied with my Houston stack.
Springer and Marisnick were the only ones who,
Yes, Springer was good. Correa was okay. Altuve was like none of them except Springer I was happy with. Like, I wasn't happy with Bregman. but they're all in play. I mean, that lineup is lethal, and Doug Fister is garbage.
I'm with you. I prefer. I mean, the numbers also indicate, but we went Houston against righties anyway. I did play Houston. I wasn't gonna fade that just because I don't want to get burned by that. I would feel like an idiot if I got burned because I didn't play Houston against Cole Hamels. But I did go a little underweight in terms of stacks. They were like I lowered their percentages when I ran the optimizers. Just because I prefer them against righties. It's not that they can't hit a lefty. I've noticed they don't seem to hit lefties as hard, a lot of their main guys. Now, I'm thinking that, Bregman and some of these, it just makes sense. They should be able to. They just don't do it as often as they should. So, definitely willing to hop back on a train here against Fister, though. I could definitely do that. Pretty high total considering it's a Dallas Keuchel game. That worries me about the Dallas Keuchel side because obviously there are some lefty masters on the Texas lineup. I think Chirinos had a terrible opening day today, but he gets a matchup against a lefty. Just somebody like Beltre, some of these guys are just, you know what I mean? But on the other end of it, some of Texas's best home run hitters are left-handed. So that's a plus for Keuchel in its own right. Keuchel also, for the most part, usually is a ground ball pitcher, so I like that idea. Keuchel might be, I would assume that Keuchel is going to be like the cash direction that people go in. I would just assume. But obviously, there's a couple things that I'd like to know more about the situation first, being it's his first start of the season. But yeah, man, you were every time you were saying Doug Fister's name, all I'm thinking about is I can't wait for Patio Joe to come back to the pods. Every time Doug Fister's name comes up, he says the same thing. Fister, I barely even know her. He says this is the same thing every time, and it makes me laugh every time. Never gets old. Shout out to Patio Joe.
God. How is this guy like your number 2 starter?
Oh man, I mean, some of these, I don't know. I love the grin answer. I mean, how is Cole Hamels your number 1? I mean, listen, the dude was once good, but I always had an issue with that guy. I'll never forget. As a Met fan, I've always had an issue. When he was from the Phillies, he dominated the Mets in like one game, and he came out and talked mad shit about the Mets sucking, and the Mets kicked his ass for the rest of his career. So I'm just going to put that out there. I've always had an issue with that guy. Anyway, move on to this next game because this one's interesting. I want to hear what you got to say about this one for sure. Tyler Anderson, the lefty of the Colorado Rockies, visiting Robbie Ray, another lefty of the Arizona Diamondbacks. You know what it is, man. It's Arizona. We know what to expect here. 8.5 is the total, and Arizona is a 160 home favorite. What you got?
Robbie Ray. I'm in love with him. I love him. Really mad that he didn't pitch today because I was going to be all in at low ownership, and he was only 9,000 today, and now he's going to 9.5. He was going to be 9,000 over today, now he's 9.5. Highest price pitcher on the slate on FanDuel. I love him. Always has massive K upside. And Tyler Anderson, I need to go look at how these bats have been against Tyler Anderson because he's the guy I like to pitch when he's not in course.
You want to know what the couple BVP numbers?
Yeah,
I got you here. So it looks like Goldschmidt is actually he's only 3 for 8 with no home runs, 6 walks, walked a lot, 3 strikeouts. Couple stolen bases against him. Not a huge sample size in general for this team. Jake Lamb is 3 for 11, 1 home run, 7 strikeouts. So
how many walks?
Jake Lamb 0.
No, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, Jake Lamb is.
What about Pollock?
We know that. Pollock.
Yeah. What about Pollock?
1 for 7. He's another guy that does better against righties. 1 for 7, 1 strikeout, 1 stolen base, no walks. It's not great. I mean, small sample.
One more.
Who?
One more. David Peralta.
0 for 1. That's all it says.
Oh wow, you can't go off of that.
Update from Paulie D. Paulie D with the lowdown saying that there's an amazing umpire in this game for Robbie Ray. Throw that out there, little tidbit.
Well, it's going to be the same for Tyler Anderson. So it's going to kind of be like today where I like the pitchers. I mean, that didn't necessarily work out. I didn't play either one of them, but I did like them. But Robbie Ray, I just love. I mean, he could go out. In his last spring training game, he threw 6 innings with 12 Ks. 6 innings, 12 Ks. He always has that upside. Anytime he toes the rubber. And I love him. He's probably going to be the most. I think he should be the most popular pitcher on the slate. He might not be.
I don't think he will, and I'll tell you
And
why.
maybe people go down to Hendricks and Wood, and I mean, if David Price is the highest on pitcher on the slate, I'm gonna do cartwheels.
Let me tell you why Robbie Ray may not be the most popular. It's because if you look at the BVP, and now remember, a lot of this is in cores, but if you look at the BVP, the Rockies, all the Rockies have great numbers against them. Trevor Story, 4 for 10 with 2 home runs. Charlie Blackmon, 14 for 27 with 3 home runs. Carlos Gonzalez, 6 for 15 with a home run. Arenado, 7 for 22 with a home run. So a lot of that, I got to double check for sure after the show, but I'm pretty sure a lot of that is from cores. So if anybody, but people may not think about that. So if they go there and they see those numbers, it's probably going to scare them off of Ray because it's not like Arizona is some pitcher's park. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not. And Ray has gotten better, and Colorado is not that good of a team outside of course. I mean, if you just look at the numbers, like Colorado does not scare me at all when they're not in course.
They strike out a lot too.
I know. I just love Robbie Ray. I love him.
And see, that's the other end of it. That's the other end of the BVP, right? So Trevor Story's 4 for 10, but he's got 5 strikeouts. Carlos Gonzalez is 6 for 15, but he's got 4 strikeouts. Arenado is 7 for 22, but he's got 5 strikeouts. LeMahieu, 4 strikeouts. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the other end of the story. I think most people are going to look and see the averages, see the WOBAs, and they're going to get scared. When, if you look at the strikeouts, and then you're thinking about umpire, you're thinking about you're out of course, I think it's a different situation. Colorado does strike out a lot. You're right. These guys away from course, they're not nearly as lethal, and they strike out a ton. Yeah, they got a lot of power, but the strikeout.
And Robbie Ray will give up power too. I mean, most flame throwing strikeout guys, they give up power. Yeah. I mean, that's just what happens.
That's why they go for the strikeout.
Exactly.
They don't want to give up home runs.
I'll take my chances. Believe that.
Oh, and also, Cash, one more thing. They did play Corbin tonight. They struck out 8 times tonight in 5 innings against Patrick Corbin.
Yeah.
Another lefty.
Yeah. Oh, man. I love Robbie Ray so much.
His DraftKings price
today
is crazy
and in general.
His DraftKings price is 8-7.
What is it?
8-7.
Oh, are you? And you said price was 10-5?
Price is yes.
What is DK doing?
World, right?
Okay, I need to go open up DK. There's DK lineups.
He will not, and I mean, you're not going to.
How is he not shocked on DK?
He's not going to be this cheap. I think people are going to look at the BB. You know, most people I think weight BBP too heavily, and I think they're going to look at that and get scared. I really do. I think he's going to be owned. I don't think he's going to be like 2% or something like that. I just don't think he's going to be as popular as he should be at 8-7 on a site where you got to pick 2 pitchers. You know what I mean?
At 8-7, he should be the highest on.
Should be.
Pitcher.
Should be.
If he's not, that's just doing it wrong.
You're not going to get an opportunity to get him this cheap for very long. He's going to be in the 9s, 10s for sure. He's going to be in the 10s at some point.
He's a stud.
He is.
No bats for me. None.
No bats. I'm with you. This could be a situation like the Baltimore-Minnesota game where both pitchers just balled out. Odorizzi and Bundy, they both just balled out. They just did their thing. That was the whole game. You could have just taken both pitchers and just chilled. That was it.
Bundy, I could see. Odorizzi, I didn't see that.
That hurt my feelings a little bit. I had some Balti stacks. I didn't expect Odorizzi on the road in Baltimore, of all places, against the right-handed.
Yeah, my best team was a Baltimore stack with the White Sox, of course. But
bastards. Next game here, Cash. We got starting to get to the West Coast now. Tyler Skaggs, the lefty from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, even though it's not the case anymore. I just thought it was so funny when they did that. Visiting Sean Manaea, right? Wasn't that funny? Sean Manaea of the Oakland Athletics. I don't think there's actually no spread for this game or total or anything just yet. Not exactly sure why, but there isn't. But
did Ian Kinsler play today?
I will double check that right quick,
because that could be it. Like that's the only thing that I could think of.
No, I don't think. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, because I don't think he played today. He did not, because I stacked the Angels today, and he was not in my stack. So no, he did not play today.
Sean Manaea is a pitcher that I really, really like. I think that you could pitch him today, only in tournaments, of course, and just not like I don't know if I would go heavy on it. I had to dig in deeper, but Angels is another team that I don't like to attack. I mean, their lineup hasn't really changed much.
Who are the Angels?
Yeah,
it's changed a little bit, in my opinion. The Kinsler, I think, was a great pickup.
No. That changed.
Literally two.
It changed for the better with Kinsler.
Literally two players, in my opinion, that really made it. It's only two players that actually changed. That's it. Cozart and Kinsler, the only two guys that are different. Everybody else is the same. They don't have Cron anymore.
And both of those are upgrades.
And they're both upgrades. I love Cozart, man. I think he had a dong today, man. I love that dude. That dude. I can't believe the Reds let him go. Can't believe it. I'm a little pissed that he's not playing in the bandbox anymore. That sucks. I love playing him in Cincinnati.
He's one of my favorite bats of this game.
Yeah, agreed.
But I think Manaea is a tournament option.
Mm-hmm.
I got to look deeper into it. I just love his talent. But I would definitely wouldn't go heavy. He's not going to be like one of my top pitchers today, I don't think. But Skaggs... I hate him. Every time I play him, he gets blowed up. Like every time I use him, I'm like, okay, we're gonna have a Skaggs day today. He's gonna go out and do big things, and just gets blown up. I hate the dude. It's hard for me to pick him just because of that. But I do like him. That's the thing. Like I like him as a pitcher, but I won't. He gets blown up too much for me. You can give me Crush every single day. My dude really, really pissed me off when he got that dong today. And usually I'm ecstatic when he gets donged because he's my love interest. Like I love that guy. I love Crush Davis so much. That's my dude. I like him today for sure. Like there's power all up and down that A's lineup, but there's also K upside, but not going to pitch Skaggs. Give me Crush. Mike Trout, people's going to see the zero, and some are going to come off. They're going to go to Stanton. Oh, Stanton went yards. Stanton is hot. Stanton is this. Stanton is that. Mike Trout is still the best player in baseball. I don't give a damn what anybody does.
And Mike Trout owns Manaea. 5 for 11, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, only 1 strikeout. Small sample, but he's seen him enough to know Trout's his daddy.
I can't believe that you told me that Trout K'd 3 times a day. He didn't have 1 strikeout in spring. Not 1.
Did he actually strike? Did he strike out 3 times a day?
I thought that's what you told me. I thought you said he.
I said he got a 0. That's all I said.
Oh. I thought you said he got a 0 with 3 strikeouts.
No. Only 1 strikeout. He had 6 at bats.
Okay.
6 at bats, 1 strikeout, 0 for 6.
0
for 6 and 6. I mean, you got to think the law of averages kick in here, right? Like he's got to hit 3 home runs tomorrow.
6 bats with a 0? Oh my God. Dude didn't strike out 1 time in spring. That's amazing. He's very expensive. You always got to pay if you want to play Mike Trout. That is for sure. But I like both offenses here. I think both of them are stack options, in my opinion, for sure. Especially if Kinsler plays. Like, nobody's going to be, like, making their teams hoping that he's in and then do late swap.
Mm-hmm. Especially
the only thing is that it does suck that he's coming in banged up, but he's a veteran, man. He's not there for power or, you know what I'm saying, to be great. He's just there to get on. Mm-hmm. You get on for Mike Trout and Upton and Cozart. That's what you do. That's all he's there for. Just get on base. That's it.
Yeah, I think you may. Both of it. I have a weird stance on this game. Like, I think I like the Angels this year. I don't love them. I don't think they're going to be like any world beaters. But I think that their top 5, really their top 6, if you include Cole Calhoun when they're against a righty, is pretty solid. And when they're playing a lefty, not this lefty, because some of these guys don't have good numbers against this particular lefty. Mike Trout's actually the only one who's got good numbers against Manaea. But against other lefties and under like maybe some other bad lefties, Upton, Kinsler, like Kohler, some of these guys, man, really they're going to be really, really tough against lefties. It's just not this lefty to me. I don't want to pick on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Manaea is really good. But I love the whole lineup. Like, Marte was on fire in spring. And Maldonado, I don't really like him much. But Simmons, I like a lot. I really like to play Simmons because nobody ever plays him.
Yeah, nobody ever. At one time, he was a pretty damn good player for the Braves.
I really like him, personally. And Calhoun was my favorite bat of the Angels today, and he's the only one that went yard. Oh, no, Albert Pujols did. I told you before the show, I got real close to using Albert. Yeah. And then I seen him go yard, and I was cursing him. I was cursing Albert today.
So it's like, these are situations, like, I want to take lefties. I mean, I want to take some of these A's bats against lefties in general. Chad Pinder, Chapman, I think, some good value, but not necessarily against Skaggs, because they also strike out a lot, and Skaggs he's got some K upside. So it's like an iffy. I think I'm leaning more towards the pitchers for now, but I think I'm really leaning towards staying away in general. Mike Trout, love Mike Trout. I definitely could go back to Mike Trout, especially like you said, Cash, as a pivot to the chalkier Yankees. I mean, you think the law of averages, man. He went 0 for 6 today. Come on.
I got to go look at how Skaggs was pitching
we got
in spring.
It's very erratic.
Because I always like Simeon against a lefty, and Crush, of course. Pinder, like you said, Chapman, Piscotty.
They got some lefty mashers. They do. Yeah. They got a couple of them. Even Lucroy. They even got Lucroy now. They got a couple of them. I mean, Lucroy's coming off like a terrible season, but before that, it was good. Johnny Cueto, San Francisco Giants, visiting Alex Wood, the lefty of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 7.5 is the total. Dodgers 190. Home favorites. Round 2, Cash, of this game.
I don't remember what I said in round 1. Alex Wood, I think, is a good option, but I don't want to play him. But the problem is that I don't know if he's gonna be higher or not, because when I opened up the slate, when Kershaw's game started, I got him at 14%, which I couldn't believe. But I would think that Alex Wood should be fairly popular. I think he's a good option, but he's not for me. I don't think he has the upside I'm looking for against the Giants. I want K's, and it's just something they don't do historically very much. So I just don't play around with that. And as bad as the Dodgers was today against a terrible pitcher in Ty Block, they go against a much better pitcher today. But I also don't think I'll be pitching Cueto. I'd much rather stack the Dodgers and hope that people just came off of them. But I do remember what I was asking you. I don't know, like, once all the main games ended, I just stopped watching because I liked the Dodgers today, but I did not use them. Did Matt Kemp make the lineup or not?
Matt Kemp, yeah, he did start. It looks like Barnes ended up pinch running for him at some point, but he did start.
Oh, God. We're going to start again with that bullshit. I hate that about the Dodgers. This freaking manager, oh, my God. Just leave your players in the game, He always does that. Oh, God. You can't even use secondary players for the Dodgers because you don't know if they're going to get 2 at-bats and are out of the game. Oh, I hate that guy. Please get him out of here, please. Ugh. Okay, yeah. I like the Dodgers. It's a damn shame Cody Bellinger is so expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Cueto is like a catch-22 because if you look at his numbers with the Dodgers crush him, but they also strike out a ton against him. Like, for example, Cody Bellinger, 5 for 11, 4 strikeouts. Matt Kemp, 12 for 37, 10 strikeouts. Corey Seager, 10 for 27, 6 strikeouts. So it's like, I feel like this is a hedge situation. I prefer the Dodgers side, so I'm gonna get me some Dodger stacks. and I may hedge a little bit with some Johnny Cueto just in case, just because there are some strikeout issues there. But I think we already know the Dodgers struggle against lefties. We know that they're a team that crushes righties, and I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow. I think they dudded today, couldn't back up Kershaw, couldn't hit Ty Blast. That dude was getting rocked in spring training. They couldn't hit that freaking guy. I think they bounce back against Cueto. They just prefer it against righties. And I think Alex Wood.
Yeah, man, but I like the expensive options.
I know. But you know what?
I like Bellinger, Seager, Taylor.
Play Robbie Ray at 8-7. Play somebody else, and you're good, bro. You're good. You're golden. Let's move on to this last game before my internet closes out again. We got Mr. Chacin. Former Padres, a revenge spot here. He's now pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's visiting his old buddies, the Padres, in San Diego. We know he pitched very, very well at home, which was San Diego. And we're going to find out if it was the park or if it was just him being at home. But it's going to be interesting. They're visiting Joey Lucchesi. I think he's a highly touted prospect. He's one of their top prospects. This is a place start for Lamet. He's bumping up through the ranks pretty quick, but I don't think he's quite ready. I think he's only starting because he had to, because I do know the manager said that they weren't dying for him to start. It was just Lamet was hurt. They needed a guy. He's their next best prospect. They were like, screw it. This is Sigmund. I get that sounded to me like maybe he's not all the way ready yet. But I know he has some K upside in the minors. What do you think?
So why would they not push him down to number 5 then?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, why are they letting him be the number 2 starter?
It doesn't make any sense. But that's why the Padres are the Padres.
I definitely got to look into him. That is for sure. Because if I am going on DK, you best believe I'll be staring long and hard at this dude. How much is he on DK?
5'7".
He's 5'5" on FanDuel. Anytime I can have a pitcher almost the same price as bats, I look. I'm going to look long and hard at Mr. Joey Lucia, whatever the hell his name is. I'll be looking at him because I have interest just because of the price. And Jacine is so interesting to me.
His minor league numbers are pretty impressive. It's just minor league, but in 2017, he went from single A plus to double A. So in single A plus, he had 14 starts. He had a 10.87 K per nine. His ERA was 2.5. His FIP 3.79. And then when he went to Double A, his K rate did drop a bit. He had 9 starts, but his ERA was 1.79 and his FIP was 2.95. So he did well. But we're talking about Double A is the highest level he's played it now.
Yeah, but I remember last year when Lamet first came up.
I love that dude.
And I'm pretty sure it's against your Mets. I'm almost certain. And I looked into him, and he looked really good, and I went.
I love that dude, man.
At no ownership, and he was awesome.
He is.
So, if maybe this kid is the same. I'll take my chances at the price. Why wouldn't you? You can just fit in whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, against the Brewers, a team that we know likes to strike out.
Yeah, man. I got major interest. I got major interest in both of these pitchers. I got major interest in Jacine. I also have interest in second against him because, when you pitch for a team, the players know your pitches. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they know his pitches. Maybe they get it. You know what I'm saying? They're tipped off to what he's gonna throw, and so that always is interesting. It's not like basketball revenge. Baseball revenge is a totally different ball game. I have interest in Jacine because I know how good he has pitched in that park. Man, I have major interest in both pitchers, and I think I have interest in stacking against both of them too. Even if I go look at the kid and he's very impressive to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna start him, I'm gonna play him. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna have a stack against him because this ain't the minor leagues. So no matter what, even if he's a top prospect, you know what I'm saying? He could come up, have butterflies. We don't know what he's gonna do. He could just be terrible and get rocked. So I have interest in both pitchers a lot, and I have interest in both stacks a lot. So this is kind of a weird game.
No, it definitely is.
I gotta definitely dig into it.
I completely get where you're coming from, especially going back to the rookie guy. You don't know how long of a leash they're willing to give this kid. Like he's just, like with these rookie kids, like especially when you don't want to ruin their confidence. Like if they're not ready and you know they're not ready and they start getting a little, you don't want to ruin their confidence and then let them give up 10 runs in their first start. If he gets in any kind of trouble, they may make it a bullpen game pretty quick. And if that's the case, I don't care how good this Joey dude is, you got the bullpen against the Brewers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. There's definitely, I know exactly what you mean. I think you're right. There's merit to everything in this game. It's nothing over the top attractive. I think like Chassin's probably my favorite like option as far as like who I have the most confidence in. But again, man, if I do play Chassin, I'm gonna have me some hedge stacks because like you said, they know the guy. Like they know his tendencies, they know what pitches he throws, and they know where he likes to throw it, where he's comfortable. So that's rough. On the other hand, it is the Padres, so. But the Padres are a little bit more improved. Eric Hosmer, Chess Headley, Freddie Galvis. Not that they're great, don't get me wrong. They didn't improve that much, but a little bit better than last year. Give them that. All right, Cash. Before we do some dog watch, I'm going to remind everybody, if you haven't already, check us out at wisestake.com. You need to do it. The MLB opening day was awesome. We had like 6 articles, man. Everybody was going nuts. The live stream was popping. Everybody, like the Matt Davidson was in your article, was in Paulie's Cheat Sheets, it was Paulie's Play of the Day, it was in the chat room, like just winning everywhere. It was just madness. It was a phenomenal thing. So come check us out, come ride with us. $2.50 gets you in for the day. We also do NBA over there, $2.50 for that one if you want to get in that one. So pick your sport, we do it all. We got a week off of NASCAR. No NASCAR this week because it's Easter and all that stuff, that good stuff. But it's gonna be back next week with a vengeance. And next week we got the Masters for golf. I know golf is going on right now. I know. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. But next week, we got the Masters, man. Should be some huge tournaments, I would imagine. Should be a lot of fun. Right, Cash? They usually do the
monster. There's a Millie Maker.
Baby. That's what I'm talking about. It's a great
always
time.
A Millie Maker at the majors.
If you never played golf, you might want to. If you want to make $1 million, you want to try? Why not?
Good luck.
Come get with Mr. Friendly. That's a NASCAR thing. All right, guys. Let's do some dong watches. We'll stick with the regular just because the slate is kind of weird. We'll do first base, third base, outfield. You get first pick.
Okay, well, let me go to first base. See, I always like to not pick the top chalk options. I want to go down. That's what I want to do. Let's see if I'm able to do that. Let's see. How about you go first?
Me? You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah,
not gonna like what I have to say, Cody Bellinger.
See, that was gonna be my
you're not gonna
default option. That was gonna be my default if I didn't find nothing down here. Oh, let's see. No, he's not gonna do it twice in a row. I will say Marwin Gonzalez.
Marwin Gonzalez, that's a good one. I wasn't expecting you for that one. I thought you were done there. I wasn't expecting you to pull that one out. So wait, third base is the next one, right? So third base, this one's gonna require a little bit more of my brain. You know what? I'm gonna go with Bregman here. I'm gonna go with Bregman. I know it's an odd play, but I did go kind of chalky with Bellinger, so I'll go with Bregman on this one. I know a lot of people were on him and he disappointed a lot of us, so maybe he bounces back against Fister. I barely even know her, Doug Fister. What do you think, Cash?
I will say a guy that I really like, and I don't think he's going to be too popular, but I will say Zach Cozart.
Oh, yeah. That guy is awesome. That dude is awesome. Let me see. Outfielder. Not doing that. No way. Man, do I got this? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Too risky. I'll go with give me JD Martinez against Blake Snell. I'll try me some JD. It's like a mix of
never go wrong. Oh my god, his ISO against lefties last year is just oh my god.
That's incredible.
Yeah. There's some good options up top that I could definitely say. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hold on one little second. I will say... Did he play today?
Ooh.
Let me see if he played. Hunter Renfroe?
Oh.
I don't think he played today. See, I don't know if he's gonna make the lineup or not. Yeah, I don't think he's. I will say. Oh, I hate this. Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins. I'm not gonna hate on that. All right, just going to do it for the Wise Take DFS podcast. I'm going to piece these bad boys together, and hopefully the nation won't even know this happened. Those that didn't watch it live won't even realize that I lost internet halfway through. I mean, can you believe I lost internet in the last 15 minutes of the show? Ain't that bad a bitch? That's what that is. But anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are growing. You don't want to miss this stuff. You want to get alerted whenever we put something out. If you are watching on Facebook, please like and share to support the Wise Take Nation. Like it on Twitch. Do what you do over there. I'm still learning the Twitch thing, but we on it. I don't know what exactly we're doing there, but we're on it. We are on it, so do the thing. I know you can follow people. You follow us. And tell other people on Twitch about us because we're trying to grow that presence. And, of course, if you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. And if you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Really helps us out. All these things help us out. It helps us to continue doing these shows for y'all for free. So go asking. And show some love. That's all we're asking. Cash, any closing thoughts?
I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like Christmas Day. Yes, this day was. I just love it. I'm like a 5-year-old right now on Christmas. I don't even know what to say. I love MLB DFS. It's gonna be beautiful. That's all I can tell you. It is gonna be beautiful.
I concur. It's a beautiful thing. So, for CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.